We have Kate. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. Give me 1 sec, team. Loading up all my chat rooms, loading everything up. And we should be good here in around 5 seconds. And we are good. All right. So we have KPRX. KPRX has news. Domestic product growth estimates with a $6.50 price target by Landenberg Tallman. So again, we're not going to be buying it over 650 because of 650. We're going to be making a stupid amount. Peloton, I can look at it in a sec. I'm going to go through the watch list and then I'll dive into any stocks you guys have to watch. Any tickers, let me know what you guys want to see. I will chart every single one. We have KPRX over 24 cents. We could see an absolute squeeze up to 40 cents, 34 being the first target. Below 20 cents, we are most likely not going to touch this for the rest of the day. We have KAVL. KAVL was absolutely ripping and absolutely could continue to squeeze right out of the gate. And I really like to see this 15-minute chart here. Looks very, very good. I do think we have more room to pop up and possibly squeeze up to $2 and eventually even $2.50 if we do get that move higher. They also have news. It says FDA hasn't announced plans moving forward. So that's not good news, but we are moving up. Labor market, dental order, non-tobacco, FDA further review. So they have FDA further review. That means that they haven't gotten the actual approval yet. And when they get the approval, they are going to see a lot of action to the upside, KAVL. But this is just an anticipation for that. So we also have SSY. SSY is absolutely moving close yesterday at 160, now sitting at around $2.23. Don't see any news, but we are moving. Do we have any news? I don't really see news at all, so we are really just going to play it patient here. We're sitting at 223, 222 at the moment, or 220. I think we have room all the way up to 276. Break over 276, we have room up to 330. So we'll see what happens with SSY. Now we have Drug, which was a previous day runner. Again, not actually yesterday. It was actually a doji candle, but we are actually gapping up. We closed yesterday below $2. Now we're up to 221, so around 10% on Drug. If we continue to squeeze over this area, I think we could possibly see more room to the upside. Over 255, we're going to see room up to 3 from Drug. We also have NERV. If we break this downtrend, I'm looking for this to run all the way back up to 858. We can see we have a nice downtrend here. Break this. I think we could squeeze back up to this high for NERV. So, or we could be setting up for a nice mid-candle breakout. And what you guys, a mid-candle breakout is where we gap down. We actually have gapped down a little bit. We are sitting right around 68. If we stay within this candle today, we just kind of consolidate. We could see a nice break in mid-candle on Friday for the possible squeeze higher. All right, thank you guys for the follow. Everyone smash that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. All right, Peloton. At the moment, we had extremely high volume yesterday, squeezing up. We gapped up, and immediately in pre-market today, we absolutely gave all of that back, sitting around 1145, filling the gap at 1150. So what happened here? What's going on with Peloton? Maintaining a cash balance of at least $1 billion in cash. They're holding cash. Everybody's holding cash because they're waiting for the markets to bottom. Now, again, Biden and the government literally it seems like they want the US dollar to collapse. Biden's given new money to student loans, which is great for people who are student loans. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, in congrats if you were eligible to get that $10,000, but it's not helping any inflation. The government literally wants inflation to be at an all-time high. They want to screw the dollar so that we are fucked, and then that a new world order can take over. That's exactly what's happening. I don't think you guys understand what is going on here. The U.S. government is collapsing in front of our eyes. So it's now they can just do whatever the fuck they want in public. They can kill people in public. They can ban people for no reason. They can do anything they want because we are so divided because, oh, you're black, I'm white, I don't like each other. That's not the case. That's not what's like. The government wants you to be mad at the other people. They want you to have disagreements. They want you to argue. They want you to be fearful. It's their job. It is their job to keep you fearful because they want to continue to hold power. So they have power. They have control over you and all of your funds. Oh, by the way, if you in the future, if you want to use government, aka the monetary system, like you know how you can use your credit card at any gas station? That's the monetary system. What if all of a sudden you can't use that anymore? What if it goes to cryptocurrency and you have to sign your wallet to a government application? When that happens, guys, we might be getting some volume here off this. We have some volume. Let's see if we can close over VWAP on SSY. But if that happens, what we're going to see is that the government will have direct access to your wallet and they'll be able to, take all your funds. No, you can't use any of the monetary system. Sorry, can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. They're trying to get rid of cash. They're trying to have total control of everything because money is literally just a transportation system. It's not real. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, right now we have 5 minutes left until market open. We're gonna see what we can do here. Again, we're gonna be sitting on our hands. I think my top stock out of the watch is top stock to watch is going to be SSY. Again, I am pretty bullish on this, but I do want to wait here because I do think now if I'm looking to take around 350 shares, I'm looking to make. We can see that I'm looking to make probably 20 cents here. 20 cents is going to be ideally for me. But again, I'll take everything. I'll take whatever. Let's see this thing continue. Look at this. This buyer is starting to get taken out. And we're about to push lower at 215. Let's see this. He's not there anymore. There was the break lower. We have another at 213. Watch for those orders come in. There it is. 213. Watch for big orders on 213. If you see those buying orders come in and they're getting filled, it means that the selling pressure is stronger, and then we're most likely going to break through. We're also seeing KPRX continue to squeeze up. I feel like I'm learning so much. Hey, I'm trying to give as much value as I can. It's hard to really provide value without the context of it, but let me know anything that you have, any question, anything about trading, any question. I'll answer to the best of my ability, and I'll tell you guys straight up if I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I'm going to be truthful with you guys. I'm not going to lie and act like I know everything. I'm not a guru. So I do like KPRX, KVL starting to move on up. SSY I do like as well. Nerve. I like KVL, KPRX, and SSY. So those are my top 3 stocks. I think SSY is probably going to have the best potential in my opinion just because of this decreasing volume. We might see a washout long down to 201. Again, I'm not a huge fan because they don't have any news. So I like that we did squeeze and break over the 200 SMA with very little no resistance on SSY. Let's look at Netflix in NFLX. Very choppy in the daily. We see we broke above the high, closed below this high, and then closed below this high as well. We are gapping up just slightly. But I do think we have more room to the downside. That could have just been a retest to come back and eventually fill this gap, or these gaps are already filled. But I think we have a target of 210 and 207 next for Netflix. I think we're going to continue to push back just because the overall market is overextended. If we look at the SPY, we can see the SPY is just a very light bullish candle, light volume. So we might see another couple day, maybe two three-legged pullbacks. But I do ultimately think we're going to push back down to $400 for the SPY. So I think it's going to bring down Netflix with it as well. FSLR. FSLR, again, good volume, pushing up into the high, pushing up and closing over the previous day high, filling the gap, closing above the gap. Sorry, you guys can't see this on YouTube, but we are pushing up. I do think we're going to continue to squeeze. We are gapping up just slightly, but not too much. If we do break above 112, where could we go? I mean, break over 112, we have room up to this high at 123 for FSLR. Now, I do like that we had good volume in almost pretty much an engulfing candle, but this volume isn't crazy. This volume isn't a crazy amount of volume to really scream that this is an anomaly. So anything is still possible, but I do think it is still bullish. AMZN, Amazon, sitting at 138. I do think we have room to fill the gap on Amazon towards around 122. I definitely think that's a possibility, especially if the overall market is going to be pulling back. I do think that Amazon is going to be doing the same thing. We have SSY. SSY continue just to dump on off. Again, there's no news, so this could just dump on off for the rest of the day. So again, we're going to be playing it safe. We're going to be playing it smart, waiting for the best opportunity and seeing where the overall attention is in the market. And I think that attention is in between KPRX, KAVL, and SSY. All right, guys, we have 20 seconds left until market opens. Let's get this. I'll look at LPX here. LPX, increasing volume on a doji candle, possibly some more room, more bullish room. We could have a nice double bottom. So LPX, and again, I do all my analysis when you guys are looking at it, LPX or any tickers. I do it on the daily chart. So if you guys want a lower time frame to make maybe maybe a quicker prediction, just let me know. But I do think we see the nice double bottom, and I think we could possibly have room higher depending if we break 56.50 or if we squeeze up above 58.50. Here we go. We see KPRX starting to rip and run. We also have Drug and KAVL. Looks like Drug is absolutely crazy choppy, so be careful, guys. Let's see if we can get in on KPRX. I'm going to look to take around 3,000 shares, meaning I'm going to look for around 2 cents if possible. If I can catch 2 cents, that would be ideal. So we're going to see what happens here and see if we can actually get a very, very good entry. But I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to jump into anything that I'm not super confident in. We have Drug also making new highs. Let's see if it can close up there. Drug's getting just absolutely hammered back down, but it's holding up. It seems like there's a lot of buying pressure. There's 26, 26.4, 26.4, 26.5. Let's see a nice decreasing volume pullback, and then we're going to see a nice entry possibly to rip up into, well, we're getting right at the 250 SMA. So if we actually pull back to around 25 with decreasing volume, we'll be looking to catch that squeeze up to 30 cents. And it looks like we're just absolutely continuing to squeeze over the 50 SMA. Nobody's actually even selling here. So we're seeing a lot of action to the upside, which is what I'd really like to see. It can run and rip without me. I don't care. I'm only going to be getting it on the best stocks that have the best opportunity. It can rip. It can run. If there's not a setup, then I will not take it. We are starting to see that that momentum kind of shift. Now we're starting to see it slow down. We'll see if it can continue, but it is slowing down. We see that the volume is decreasing. We're not seeing as much of a spike range. We have a big seller at 28. Big seller at 28. He's starting to get taken out. Watch for the squeeze over 28. Let's see him get taken out. He's not there. Let's see it push back up to 28. And we'll see what happens. I'm looking for a nice decreasing volume pullback to around 26 to 25. Now, if I'm risking with that, I'm going to go ahead and enter with half my position at the bottom, looking for that next squeeze higher. And it's just continuing to squeeze, continuing to squeeze. It's going to push up to 30, but we're getting decreasing volume. Let's see this continue to pull. Let's see this continue. But I also want to see a decreasing volume pullback before we actually jump into anything. So again, guys, we have to remember that we are consistent. Everything is random. Never risk more than 3%. It's okay not to trade. Cash is the position. I will have 3 reasons to jump into any given trade. I will have consistent position sizing. Trading is a business to take every trade seriously because it's going in line with your logbook, or it's going in your logbook. All right, possible red to green move on SSY. I don't like that high volume doji candle, which is fine. Fights. KVL. I like drug. Looks like we could continue to squeeze, but this is a break and retest. Very light decreasing volume. Not a huge fan of it just because it's a little bit risky. It is very risky. And it still could rip and run. Not a huge fan of this. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Okay, VL starting to get some action. Let's see this thing pull back down to 73. I want to see a nice decreasing volume pullback. I could risk. It's dumping pretty hard. Dumping pretty hard. Pretty snappy to the downside. Don't like to see that. Let's see light volume. Let's see this candle. Don't like that false breakout over VWAP. I do not like that false breakout over VWAP. If we close pretty strong here, I might like to keep this buying pressure all the way up to around 190. If we can catch 190, that would be ideal, but it's not looking like it wants to. It's going to just continue to false breakout over VWAP, which is okay. That's why you got to be patient with your entries. Drug, ripping and running. That would have been a good trade. Could have caught it for around 15 cents or so. Oh, here comes some. We have decreasing volume to move lower, so that's what I really like to see. It's going to see we have 0.27 equals to $3,000 shares. And now we're starting to get some volume. We have 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't break here. I don't really want to see it break here. We just pulled back to this area. I don't want to break over the high. This volume is very, very minuscule. I don't know how to say that, but it works. Breaking over the high. Now we're starting to see some volume, but we're starting to get rejected. 45. And it's going to keep squeezing here. But I'm not really liking it. I don't like it whatsoever, really. And it's going to squeeze, but I'm a little bit too hesitant. I'm a little bit too hesitant to take it right out of the gate. So I don't know if it's going to run. We did get over this high, but we are kind of struggling here. That's why I didn't want to take it at this level. I'm not super confident, but we could possibly see this continue, but maybe not this time. Man, that would have been a great trade on drug. Just wasn't confident in it. I like decreasing volume. Very light volume. You have no volume to support this. More selling, more selling, more selling. More selling, more selling. We have a lot more selling on the times and sales. Big buyer, 14,000, 10,000, 24,000. Got in pretty early, risking 26 cents. Let's see this move. I was seeing a pretty big buyer. I'm going to look for it to continue to pop. See a nice little dip buy, and then I'm going to look to scale with the rest if it continues to squeeze over 28. Let's see it push over 28. Might have to cut it here. I'm in with half my position, looking for the anticipation. I'm going to go ahead and probably get stopped out here, which is fine. I did not get stopped out. I am probably going to, though. Risking around 22 cents here. Looking for the move to continue. Looking for that. Let's see if it can actually start to move. Let's see it start to get some volume. And start to see the push. See a dip? See a dip? Fuck. Did not like that. Bought at the high. See this thing continue. Let's see this thing continue to squeeze over the high. Let's continue to see this thing squeeze up to 30. I'm gonna have my finger on the trigger just in case. Break over 29. Break over 29. I know you want to. Break over 29. Break over 29. Do it. I have my position left. Gonna go and sell more there. Gonna have to flatten it. I'll take $37 on the day on that trade. That's pretty good. Should have taken more profits on the move higher. There it is, boys and girls. Awesome, awesome. Way to start out the day. Way to start out strong. Drug is the new stock to watch. Drug. Excuse me. Oh, looks like KPRX is going to continue to squeeze, it looks like. But again, I had to sell because it looked like it was a doji candle. Very light volume on this candle. Let's see if we squeeze over the high. We are, it looks like. Yep, there's a squeeze of the high. Let's see if it continues. But it doesn't look like it. We're hitting a lot of selling pressure here because this has no news. A price target of 650, but like, that's not... How valid is that? If KVL starts to move here, in at 178, looking for the pop higher. 174, sorry. Looking for the pop higher. Jumped in really prematurely. Very prematurely. But was seeing, I like that volume. I want to see the squeeze over this high. I want to see the squeeze over this high on the day, on the 5 minute. If we squeeze over this high, we're going to see a nice squeeze up to 190. Might have to cut it here because I just anticipated it very quickly. Which is fine. How the... And I sell and then it starts to rip, starts to run. Had to sell for a loss there, and look at that. But it's just very choppy, guys. How did I got filled all the way down here for some... I don't know what that was. But that was stupid. I'll take $23 on the day. Nothing crazy. And just kind of not taking profits correctly, not cutting them correctly. So, you know, just got to go through and just kind of wait. I jumped in there really early. Should have just, I was money hungry, but really what I should have been looking for was drug. Drug looks very good right now. Break over, if we continue this nice inside candle, I think this would be a very good entry at this point. Stops would be around 10 cents lower. You have room up to $3 for around 23 cents in reward at first target. Over $3, you have room up to $3.45 on drug. And drug's about to start pushing higher, and it's going to be... Oh, there it is, the dump on off. KVL, had to cut it, just very choppy. Was seeing it, didn't really know, just wanted to continue to break and squeeze. Didn't really have a reason, just kind of jumped in there because I wanted to make some money, and I ended up losing $13 on it, which is fine. Had to cut it pretty quick.